Men, if you don't please me, you're a pathetic loser. If you're unattractive to me, then you're a loser. If you aren't charismatic enough to entertain me, then you're a loser. If you can't buy me the latest high-tech gadget or the latest fashion, then you're a loser. If you have some hobby that doesn't appeal to my need for popularity, then you're a loser. If you're too short, too fat, too thin, or have some physical characteristic women find unappealing, then you're a loser. If you wear the wrong kind of clothes, or you wear your hair the wrong way, then you're a loser. If I find your sexual prowess lacking, or if you can't read my mind and please me in the way that I'm entitled to, then you're a loser. If you can't jump through the right hoops for me, like putting down the toilet seat, or failing to give me proper respect when I have my complaint du jour, then you're a loser. If you don't put the interests of women above the interests of men, then you're a loser. If you don't bend over backwards to cater to my emotional needs, you're a loser. And if I think that you're too close to your parents, or not enough of a bad boy to excite me, then you're a loser. If my friends think you're a loser, you probably are one. If you're quiet and shy, you're definitely a loser. If I think you're too brainy for me, too interested in history, politics, science, or some subject that I find boring, it doesn't mean that I'm dumb, it just means you're a loser. If your politics diverge too far from those that are deemed acceptable by my authority figures, then you're a loser. You see, men, your worth is entirely determined by how able you are to please women like me. If you can't attract me, if you can't charm me, if you can't support me, and if you won't place my needs above your own, then you're a loser. You aren't good for anything, and you don't deserve any respect from anyone. If you're a loser who doesn't attract me and you dare to express attraction toward me, well then, you're not just a loser, but a creep, and probably a rapist. Why is it that so many women in our society, and men too, judge men based on their ability to please? I can't count how many times I've seen good men be the target of contempt or ridicule because women have found them to be wanting for some shallow, superficial reason. I've been a geeky girl for a long time, and I've seen so many men, good men who were intelligent, kind, moral, wise, hardworking, dismissed as being worthless and pathetic because they couldn't jump through the right hoops to gain women's attention. And usually, gaining the attention of women means appealing to them on the most base and shallow level. Men are often called losers for not being handsome or rich enough, but sometimes women judge them on far more shallow grounds than that. Some women get turned off because a man plays Dungeons and Dragons or reads science fiction, instead of rooting for the local sports team, of course. Sometimes a man will value the opinions of his parents and have a close relationship with them and be called a mama's boy. Some guys might have an unusual sexual interest that a woman doesn't share, and she'll call him a creep. There are humble men who refuse to brag, who get overlooked for assholes who have that cocky demeanor that so many women fall for. So the kinds of traits that women really look for in men are usually shallow in the best cases, and frequently irrational or immoral. Why is the judgment of women held up as some sort of absolute judgment of a man's worth? Why should a man of great character or intellect be ridiculed because he doesn't meet some childish standard that women have decided men should meet? It's as though we judged man's worth on how good they were at entertaining spoiled toddlers rather than how much they contribute to society. It's not just ridiculous, it's wrong. It would be great if women judged men based on qualities that matter, qualities that make him a good husband or a valuable member of society. But until that time, if it ever comes, please don't judge men on whether or not they can gain the attention of women. This goes for both men and women. And you men who have gotten a raw deal, who are kind and good and smart and have been the object of contempt for women, please take heart in the fact that there are a few women out there who can rise above their base instincts and who really appreciate you. The women who think that they're too good for you probably don't deserve you anyway. So that's all for now. Sorry for the long hiatus from making videos. I've had a lot going on in my life and have been very distracted. I'm going to start making videos again, maybe on a wider range of topics. And I'd like to also thank everyone who watches and subscribes to and supports my channel. I really appreciate it. Until next time, this is Shield Life. Thank you for watching.